Okay, so this video is in regards to 9.7, which is factoring. It's factoring polynomials, but specifically ax squared plus bx plus c. And it's very similar to 9.6, but I want to do this as a demonstration so that you will know how to do this in comparison to when there's just a 1 here, which is what 9.6 is about. So let's do an example together, and all the time I'm going to explain why I'm doing this. So let's say that we have 3a minus 13a plus 4. So the very first thing I told you guys to do was to, you wrote your steps on the left-hand side of what you were supposed to do, and on the right-hand side you did your work. So the first thing you were supposed to do is write down the problem. So we've kind of already done our first step. Our second step, though, and actually with our first step, we should have identified a equals 3, b equals negative 13, and c equals 4. That's very important. So for step number 2, I want you to multiply a times c. So our a is 3, and we're going to multiply it by 4, and we get 12. Okay? Now for step number 3, I told you to use big X. And in big X, we're going to put a times c here. We have often called it z, and then we're going to put it b here. So for step number 3, let's go over here, and we're going to put a times c, which is 12. We just found that out. And b is negative 13. So now I have to ask myself, what factors multiply, so I might put a little multiplication sign here and an addition sign here. What two factors are going to multiply together to give me 12, but add up to give me negative 13? So I'm going to guess it's negative 12 and negative 1. So now my fourth step is to break up everything into, I want 4 monomials. So I'm going to put 4 monos, okay, which is short for monomials. So I want 1, 2, 3, 4 things written out. And if you notice from up here, this 3a, it should have been squared, sorry. We're going to bring that right down here, 3a squared. And this plus 4, we're going to put here. Now, these two we're going to use to create our negative 13a. So let's write that in. We have negative 12, we're going to attach an a, and we have negative 1, which we're going to attach an a. And this is positive, so there we go. All right, our fifth step is to separate and factor. So let me move my board just a little bit. So I'm going to take what I have up above, and I'm going to just take these two and these two, okay, and I'm going to separate them, and then I'm going to factor them. So out of 3a squared and negative 12a, I can take out a 3a. If I take out 3a out of 3a squared, keep in mind that's 3 times a times a. Our other one was a negative, well, we could leave it positive for now, but it was 4 times 3 times a, and we can see that they both share a 3a. So that's how we got this. Now on the top, 3a times what would get you 3a squared? Well, all we had left was that a. So let's plug that in here. Bring down our minus sign. And as you can see from when we factored up here, we would have a 4 left over. Now just quickly, 3a times a gives us 3a squared. 3a times negative 4 gives us negative 12a. Now let's look over here. I always factor out the negative, okay? And the only thing that can really factor out is the negative 1. So if I factor out a negative 1 here, I'm going to be left with a. And if I factor out a negative 1 from a positive 4, I'm going to get a negative 4. And let's double check that. Negative 1 times a gives me negative 1a. Negative 1 times a negative 4 gives me positive 4. Okay, we're almost done. So for number 6, all you have to do is find the common binomial and create 2 binomials. Okay, so specifically this one looks just like this one. So for step number 6, I'm going to rewrite a minus 4 since they both share that. Okay, and then I'm going to cross that out just so that I can see what I have left. And what I have left is 3a minus 1. Now, if I wanted to go back, and remember my original was 3a squared minus 13a plus 4. If I wanted to go back and double check, well, 3a and a gives me 3a squared. A times negative 1 is negative a. This is negative 12a, and this is positive 4. You can see where these two combine like terms to give you negative 13a. So this is the factored form of this polynomial.